Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is the place where you get actionable ideas, insight, and inspiration to turn your real estate career into a life of freedom. And we're going to talk about how to use Snapchat and why everybody should be jumping on Snapchat if they haven't already. But I'm joined right now in the co-pilot seat by the Snapchatting fool, the junior grandmaster himself, Greg McDaniel, who's flailing around on the platform like a baby horse learning to walk.
On ice, Matt. On ice.
On ice. Okay.
It is horrible. It's like a larger version of Bambi, and we know how Bambi turned out. They shot her mom. Anyways, I don't know. I
don't think that had anything to do with Snapchat, but okay.
It's just a horrible visual. Anyways, okay. So just like all the rest of you guys, I've been out there just like a madman. I've been doing cold calls. I've been working my social media spheres. I've been doing everything I can to get a lot of like CMAs, prep my my funnel for 2017. Now, I was so pumped that I had a 7:30 CMA this morning, except for the fact I didn't go. Oops, I kind of forgot it.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I'm driving.
Are you serious? You completely forgot?
Blanked 100%. But there's a happy ending to this. Unlike Disney movies, there's a happy ending.
Okay.
Not that kind of happy ending. Get your mind out of the gutter, Johnson.
I actually hadn't gone there until you told me that, but now thank you for that.
No, so what happened is that the guy, Scott hit me up, the seller, and he's like, "Hey man, where are you at?" And I'm like, "We had a meeting today at 7:30. It's 8 o'clock on the dot." I'm like, "Oh, mother blank blank." I'm like, "Oh, dude, so sorry. My day got crazy. Bullshit. Racing to his house as I was driving because it was on the way to work, thank God. Get there. He wasn't there. I felt hella bad. And yes, hella is a Northern California word. So all of you around the country that are listening to that, you're like, what did he say? Is that slang? I got there, I wrote him a note, then I was honest with him. And I said, "Hey, Scott, it's my fault that I didn't get here on time. It's totally my fault. I'm like, deeply apologize. Can we please reschedule?" I'm like, God damn it. I'm kicking dirt and shoulders all down as I walk to my car, driving back to work. And when I get into Alamo, which is 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away with traffic, I get a call and it was him. He's like, "Hey dude, I was down at the county or down at the city hall. Come on back. Let's do it right now." I'm like, yes, done a fail. So I go back there. And he's like a short guy, he's like your height, Matt, like a little bit, No,
Greg.
But he looks at me and goes, "So you put your tall jeans on, huh?" Anyways, we walk through the house. He shows everything to me. We bond over guns and boats and everything's good and everything else. So just guys, I totally screwed up on the CMA today, but saving grace was I was honest and I manned up to it, and that got me back in the door. So just a little bit of a day in the life of McDaniel.
Yeah, I've done similar things, not very often, but yeah, they're not fun when you realize that. But let's welcome in our special guest who's going to share all about Snapchat, what he's doing. We're going to talk about Pinterest a little bit. Dustin Brohm. Dustin, how's it going?
Going great. How are you guys doing?
Did I pronounce the last name correctly?
Brohm, that's right.
Okay, awesome, good.
Nice.
Well done.
All that practice worked out for you, Matt. Good job, buddy.
I did. Well, it took a lot of drills, some vocal exercises. I worked with a coach out of LA.
Right.
That's all right.
Red leather, yellow leather,
Now brown cow.
That's right. How now brown cow. Lots of how now brown cows. That's right. Little goo. Yeah.
Oh
all right. So Dustin, give us the 60-second bio on who you are, where you are, and what you do.
Right on. So I'm a real estate agent in Salt Lake City. I've been in the business for about 5 years, and about a year ago, I ventured off into building my own brand called Search Salt Lake, and it's really all based in creating valuable content that may or may not have anything to do with real estate, but it gets people's interest and gets them on my website, and so I've been having a lot of success with that ever since January when I really started pushing that, and I've really jumped in and I've enjoyed social media. I've become what I consider to be a pretty dang good marketer. And I've been, even though I'm a real estate agent, I enjoy the marketing aspect of it most. So yeah, I'm just a, regular guy. I'm a dad. I have a 2-year-old boy and a beautiful wife. And I'm just, trying to build a business like everyone else.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. But your baby boy, do you do a lot of snaps with your kiddo, or do you guys kind of know? My sister is on Instagram, and she just posts photos of her kiddos on Instagram. Do you stay away from that, or you go towards it? How do you do that as a parent? I know a lot of parents are probably thinking about that.
So that's That's an awesome question, because especially on Snapchat, or when you're creating content of any kind, you never want it to be all of one thing all the time. So I just, if my little guy is doing something goofy, I'll do some snaps of him. And I fly by the seat of my pants on Snapchat, so I definitely put some stuff out there, but maybe I'll go a few days, you'll never see them, and then all of a sudden you'll see 10 snaps in a row. It just depends on what's going on. So I don't do anything really consciously. It's just whatever comes up.
Whatever's there, whatever's in front of you, like, oh, that's cool. Snap, right?
If he decided to be cute that day, then, you know, I'll let the world know.
All right, buddy, you're having a good hair day. We'll let you in. Okay.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
All right. So what's, real quick before we get into the social media stuff, what does your business look like? So you're a sole practitioner, you're a broker on your own. Where does most of your business come from? And is it like buyer, seller heavy, that sort of thing? So
Salt Lake, first off, pretty much all my business comes from my website in one form or another, my website or my sphere of influence. But my website is really my home base. That's where I drive all of my traffic to. I get a huge number of leads from there. So yeah, in one way or another, it pretty much all comes from my website. And then I totally forgot the first part of your question. So refresh me.
Oh, well, the second part of like buyer versus seller. Yeah.
So yeah, the Salt Lake market over the summer was just insanely hot seller's market. There was 15 offers in the first 6 hours of being on the market.
Goodness.
It's just crazy. And so I was maybe 10 buyers to every one listing. But that has changed over the last 2 months. So I'm about 50-50. I'd like to be more listing heavy than not, but I just kind of go with the market. And my website is bringing me a ton of buyer leads. So
yeah, I was going to say, in the terms of like content, yeah, if you're like pulling people in from online, that's where they're at. That's their mentality, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough to I don't know that anybody's really cracked the code on like how to pull in seller leads, because they're not looking to sell. They're looking to buy. That's why they're on there. And so you end up getting do you find that you get seller leads on the backside of the buyer deals? Like buyers will come into your funnel as a buyer, but then they turn out to be a seller as well? Or are they too young of an age group for that yet?
Yes, I would say yes, there's some of that, but the way that I get my listings is all over the place. The majority of it is from my sphere of influence. People hear about the success I'm having on Snapchat or with my website or whatever, because I subtly let them know, hey, we're
Right.
killing it over here,
Yeah.
My Snap handle is blank, and it's good to see you too. Oh,
yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right. My Snap handle is blank. Very simple.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, snap me back.
Boom.
I do get a lot of seller leads from the sphere of influence, but I have not cracked that code. Like you said, it's tough. I know a couple agents back east who also blog, and they are strictly listing agents. But it's taken them many, many years to get to that point. It's when you start out blogging and creating content, you're just getting more buyers. I think that's just the way it works.
Yeah, it generally does. The buyers are very easy. They're the low-hanging fruit. They're out there. They're hunting around. The listing agents have the homes out on the web. That's where the buyers go, right?
Yeah.
But as you nurture them and follow up with them and you work with them, definitely they're going to turn into seller leads if you do it appropriately and continuously and consistently. They'll turn into seller leads. But I want to get back to Snapchat here. Give me a couple of reasons why you gravitated towards Snapchat, and give me a couple other reasons on how you're using it in your business today to generate now business. Everyone's always looking for now business, right?
Right.
Is this a tool for that?
No, it's not a tool for right now business.
Take that, Greg.
Not for me anyways. Honestly, I think it depends on you, and are you an influential person in your sphere of influence? Do you have credibility with your contacts or not? Honestly, I was kind of so-so with that. I'm not one of these people that I don't get hundreds of people liking my posts and everything. It's just the way I am. So Snapchat for me was more of like a brand recognition play, just to kind of build my name, let people get to know me personally, my personality, show them before they even reach out to me, show them that I am knowledgeable, that I am the expert on the area, that I know what the hell I'm doing. And what's funny though is since I started, I think I kind of got in the Snapchat game with real estate early, you know, right around January, which was maybe a month or two early from when everyone started joining. And just that has helped me to build a huge network of other realtors from all around the world, mostly in the US, of course. But because of that, I found that the here and now business is coming from referrals by just, I thought it would just be direct to consumer. Hey, I'm the real estate agent in town, hire me. But no, it worked out that I started getting referrals from other realtors. And that was, I wrote a Medium article about this, but that was the immediate benefit to Snapchat. But as far as like direct to consumer, that's later on. That's, you know, you build a rapport with them, they get to know you, and then when they're in the market to buy or sell, they'll think of me because I'm in their feed.
You know, question here, and now everyone always asks me this, like, Greg, you're doing Snapchat, but it goes away in like one time and then you're done in 24 hours. It's done. Why is it valuable? And I try to explain it to them. You know, they have like what 10 billion video views a month. They have a little over 200 million, you know, users. I mean, the engagement is through the roof, but it's hard to find people. So you have to be you have to be very entertaining or educational or both, you know, to gain people's attention, right?
Right.
So how do you figure out what to snap? I mean, is it literally, and how do you remember to snap? I effing suck at remembering to snap. I don't know. How do you do it, man? Please, I'm sitting at your feet. Give me your knowledge. I need you.
So because I enjoy Snapchat, I think it's what I gravitate towards first. You know, we all have those social networks that are our favorites.
Right.
Snapchat's mine, and Facebook's a close second. So when something's going on, I don't think, ooh, I'm going to put this on Instagram or I'm going to tweet it. I think Snapchat. So it's just because I've chosen Snapchat as my number one. That's just where I start out. That's just my default.
You know, it's interesting. A lot of the people that I talk and train to, we go over all the different social networking platforms and everything else. And Matt and I are self-proclaimed Twitter retards. I mean, we just, I mean, I'm dyslexic as it is. So I'm Twitter dyslexic, and that's really bad. But
Twitlexic?
Twitlexic. Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Coin that. Let's go to Urban Dictionary right now.
Yes.
Twitlexic. But you know, you guys are out there. You don't have to like them all or do them all. You know,
right.
Like I love Facebook, and that's my go-to. Dustin, yours is Snapchat. So you guys, when you're out there, don't have to think you have to do everything. Find the one that resonates with you, and then stick to it. Don't go a mile wide and inch deep. Go an inch wide and a mile deep on it. Go double down on this. You know, my friend Sarah doubled down on Instagram. It's paid off in droves for her. She's at like 11,000 followers or some shit. You know, Matt and I doubled down on YouTube videos, and it's paying off tremendously for our show. You've doubled down on Snapchat, and it's paying off in droves. I mean, I guess how did you know that this was your favorite? I mean, how do people find that? How do they find out which one's their favorite is?
I just jumped in when this guy that no one's ever heard of named Gary Vaynerchuk first
small
mentioned.
Name.
Right.
Who's that? Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I don't know who she is. Never heard of her. But he kept mentioning Snapchat, and I didn't get it. But I decided, look, I obviously need to understand this at the very least, so I'm going to get on it and start using it. And I just decided I'm going to do it regularly every day. Maybe it's only 5 minutes a day, but I would do it every day, and I would do it for a month or so. And it wasn't until I watched someone put a string of snaps together in their story, telling a story, that it clicked for me. It wasn't even someone in real estate. It was just one of my buddies. And I was like, there it is. And so then I started doing that. And as you use it more and more, like anything else, you get better at it. It becomes more intuitive. You can do it quick. And so I'm able to bust out these snaps, and I already know, like, okay, throw this Bitmoji on, use this, you know, doodle here, you know, put the timestamp on it. It just happens because I've just done it enough. And
It's second nature to you. You know, and in the content, you and I are Snap pals, and you know, you put out some seriously cool, good shit. I mean, I'll sit there and just like watch and watch and watch and watch. And when I remember Snapchat, I can use Snapchat because I'm usually doing something on the phone or the video, but it's good stuff. A lot of is there a regulation on what you're putting out there? Is there like like I go too far, limit on stuff, or you're just like, nah, anything flies? It's the wild west on this thing.
I gravitate towards the latter. I fly by the seat of my pants. Because I honestly think Snapchat is so valuable because it lets people really get to know you.
Yes.
So, and when I don't want to be a producer. I don't want to, I don't want to act. I don't want to think about it too much. I just do. I may think about a topic I want to talk about, and maybe I'll put it on. Maybe I'm driving down the street and I'm like, ooh, there's a topic that just came to my mind. I'll throw it in my iPhone's notepad. And then when I need a topic, I'll just dive into that and do it. But that's as planned as I get. Otherwise, I'm all over the place.
That's interesting. I had the same realization. I was flying down to Austin earlier part of this year. And I sat next to a guy who just had gotten hired by Snapchat. And I'm like, dude, help me understand what the fuck is going on with this app. And why should I use it if it goes away in 24 hours? This sounds stupid. Right. And he sat down and he explained it to me. And he showed me the stories. And then I'm like you. When I was like, oh my God, holy shit, that's amazing. Because if you continue your running story, you can send your clients to it and you can see what you do for your commission. Okay.
Yeah.
You asshats. I do a lot. Damn it. Go watch my Snapchat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a piece of what you said, Dustin, that I wanted to get into real quick because I'm not solid on this, on the understanding of how to construct stories of multiple 10-second video clips strung together. So do you have to worry about like what order do you literally just record until you run out and then record until you run out and record until you run out?
Basically. Yep.
Okay.
And the more you do it, the more it just becomes intuitive that your 10 seconds is almost up. Mm-hmm. And so then mid thought or mid sentence, I can just, push the add to stories button and then, hit the snap button again and just keep going. But you have to practice it. Snapchat is not like the other networks. It's not, if you're on Facebook and then you join Instagram just makes sense because they're so damn similar. Mm-hmm. Snapchat's nothing like any of them. So there's a learning curve. You have to devote time and energy to learning it. Otherwise, you just won't get it.
Yeah, very, very true. Hey, it is true. Like I find myself when I do snaps, like I get nervous at the very end. I start to speak like
yeah.
It never turns out very good in the end. But like you're saying, man, learn it, get familiar with it. And if you don't go your full, it's like 10 seconds, right? Full 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Full 10 seconds, dude. If you're at a breaking point, stop, send, start recording again. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, is there ever too many? Like, can you talk too much in a story?
Absolutely. And I think I do that I do that every now and then for sure. Where I'll just ramble.
What does that mean? Like too many, in other words, too much content, like 7 or 8 like snaps back to back. So it's like over a minute's worth of content.
Honestly, I think I've done 5 straight minutes before.
Oh, seriously? Wow. Goodness.
Yeah. But it depends on what it is. So some of those, if it's shitty content, if it's boring and you're just repeating yourself over and over, it's too much. But if you're telling a story that people want to get to the end of, you could go 10 minutes. If it's good, valuable stuff, people will watch it. If it's shit, then it's shit. Yes. But yes, some of the longer ones I will then download from my stories, put it up on YouTube, and then embed in a blog post on the same topic. So you can absolutely repurpose your Snap stories and edit it. You can edit it with ScreenFlow or, iMovie or whatever. But I think of Snapchat as the platform to create the content. And then you can do all sorts of stuff with it.
It's interesting. I mean, we see a lot of the other platforms coming out right now, and what they're doing is they're, copying, Snapchat's filters and geos and everything else.
Yeah.
But everyone still doesn't think that, I think Facebook just came out with it. Instagram's working on it. But I mean, in all honesty, Snap definitely does have the best, filters on this thing. They're funny as hell. You can play around. And would you also say that you don't want to take yourself too seriously? I mean, send one of those funny face mask things and talk about something. I mean, do you do that, or you just stay away from that stuff when it comes to your storylines?
No, I do all that stuff. I'm a freaking goofball, and so when I can put the filter on that does like the the
old person
like
face,
the frowny face, like the redneck frowny face thing, I'll throw that filter on and talk about how important it is to be professional at all times in real estate. So they all serve a purpose, and some of those stories I do get the most responses, like 3-4 times the response that I'd get from anything else. So
nice.
They're tools to help me get my personality out there. That's it.
Interesting.
That's a great way to put it, because then it frees you from worrying too much about, not that you don't worry about the content, but the delivery and trying to be artificial and just worry. I mean, authentic,
right.
That comes up with us a lot, because you could do the same thing in podcasting. You could make a very produced, very uber professional show with segments, and you could be like, you could be very stiff, and you could be,
yeah.
We get
Matt,
like the thing that comes up for all.
I must talk to you about something here. We need to clean up our language and break this into chapters so people can follow us, Matthew.
Great. I'll break out my copy of Masterpiece.
Have you
Theater
seen Zillow?
Smoking jacket.
Have you seen Zillow on Snapchat?
No. Are they bad?
They hired a professional. I don't even know what he calls himself, but a professional douchebag. Absolutely, that's got to be it. They hired him to do all that, like this over the top choreographed. It's like it's art. It's creative, and it's kind of cool what they've done. But I look at it and I'm like, that's not Snapchat. Like
right.
that's just like creating an ad you'd see on the Super Bowl or something. That's not Snapchat. Snapchat should be just real, raw, authentic. And Zillow has gone so far to the other side that I don't like that stuff. And no one on Snapchat wants that stuff, in my opinion.
So they want gritty, raw, real, in-your-face events and the things that they could either laugh at or go, oh shit, that hurt. That's what I think. That's where a lot of social media is going. Facebook Live. We have Twitter. That just acquired Periscope. Live videos. We have Pinterest. Not Pinterest. We have Snapchat. We have a new app that came out called House Party. That's all about video, mingling and hanging out stuff. That used to be. What was that? One of the original video companies. It died. Meerkat. It was Meerkat. Meerkat killed itself and came back as House Party. Yeah. And then it's interesting to see that stuff that people want real, gritty, and raw. Instead of produce. I think we're tired of bullshit. We're tired of being fed what they want to show us. We want to experience something raw and real. And I wonder, Dustin, interesting question. How old are you?
33.
33. Okay, so you're a millennial. Matt's a millennial. I just missed that by a frog's fart. But but I wonder if it's because the masses are speaking and they're the millennials, and millennials don't want to be advertised to. They want to be told a story.
I think you're right.
What's driving this? I'm the smartest man in the world. That's it. I'm done.
Obviously. Yeah. Game over.
We might as well just end the podcast right there, because Greg has declared himself the smartest man in the world and is walking off into the sunset. All right. That is a good place to take a break there and mention a couple of things here, and then I want to mention where people can connect with Dustin, both in his website and on Snapchat. But and then I want to dive in, first of all, into Pinterest, and then back into Snapchat and really go deep on that before we finish up for the day. But so two things. Number one, check out McDanielRealEstateSystems.com, because Greg's favorite scripts are there, and we know you all want them, along with videos of Greg actually going through each script so you can hear the phrasing and tonality, which is the important part. And then the high-tech, high-touch real estate farming course, where I sat down and I worked with Greg and I squeezed his brain like an overripe banana and got all the goodness out. And got that all into it, like an 8.5-hour video course that covers everything from cold to warm to hot outbound prospecting, geofarming, how to use Zillow, events, and yada yada. So that's all on the website. Greg, who do you have to shout out today?
Epic people. So I just gotta say, man, right off the bat, dude, Nancy, last night you were awesome to talk to. What an amazing experience to chat with you. You're an amazing person. I see great things for you, but just work on the shit we talked about. Okay. That's the only thing stopping you. And then Mike, on Monday, bro, you were such a blessing, man. Such a blessing. Thank you beyond words for listening and watching and helping us grow this thing. I learned a lot from you. You hopefully learned a little bit from me, but I really enjoyed just the overall time that we got to spend together. You know, man, it's just awesome. I want to talk to Douglas, Sarah, Brian, Frank, Hank, that crazy bastard. If you guys haven't gone back and watched Hank's episode, you got to go watch his episode. He is absolutely hilarious. Got to talk to Eddie today, a spontaneous, quick, like 5-minute little phone call. Super cool dude. I think we hacked through some of his issues. Well, not issues, but some of the things that were stopping him. Jenny, Beverly, Darren, Michael, Ashen, Susan, Anthony, Aaron, and Chastity. So, and then of course, Ismail and Stevie, you guys rock stars. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Keep them coming, guys. I want to keep talking to you. At the end, don't fucking leave. All right. We're going to talk about the McDaniel challenge. And if you don't stick around, you're going to end up in the 2018 kids. And damn, you don't know one likes the 2018 kids.
That's right. And then Dustin, how was first of all, where's your website, and then how do people connect with you on Snapchat?
So they can find my website is searchsaltlake.com. And my username on Snap is Dustin Brohm. That's my username pretty much everywhere. So just Google Dustin Brohm, you'll find me. And
thank God that wasn't taken already.
Yeah, exactly. There's not that many Brohms out there. I found out we're the only Brohms in the state of Utah.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah. I guess the East Coast has all sorts of them. Like Jeff Brohm, the football player back in the day. I think he played for the Niners.
Oh, okay.
You guys should know this.
Greg, I'm not from California, right? And Greg's not a football guy, so we're 0 for 2. 0 for 2.
Shit.
But the Niners are my team if I'm forced by waterboarding, penalties if I don't. And whenever I hang out with Matt, I'm like, Matt, what do you want to do, dude? Let's go watch football at a bar. God damn it.
Son of a
Sadly not the 49ers this year, but yeah.
No.
So in other words, they can go to Snapchat. They go let's walk everybody through that real quick if they're new to Snapchat. So they click the icon at the top and click on add friends and then add by username, right? And just type in your name, all one word, smashed together, and then it should pull you up automatically, right?
Yep. They could also just Google Dustin Brohm Snapchat. They'll find my snap code. They could always take a snap of my snap code. See, I like to add people that way. It's something unique to Snapchat that, it's just
it is different.
It's fun.
It is cool. Matt, do you have trolls farting underneath your house?
I do.
What is that noise?
Or is it whales humping?
Trolls farting.
Whales humping.
That's right.
Whales humping.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt's an expert.
Whales humping. That's
both.
the title of Justin Timberlake's next smash album. Whales Humping with Justin Timberlake. Yes, it's if anybody knows, there was there's some construction going on around my place, and there's literally people drilling with what can only be described as very large jackhammers of some kind into the walls and floors and studs and support beams and superstructure of the building that I'm in. So I can only say that it is a pleasure living here right now. I love it.
I think it's the Tim Ferriss and his crew trying to take down your podcast. They know you're nipping on his heels.
Yeah,
that fucker. We're coming from it.
That's right. We're nipping on Tim Ferriss's heels.
It's the only reasonable explanation, right?
It's just good science.
Tim Ferriss's little minions
Just
are
good science.
taking the building down.
That's right. All right, so let's dive into Pinterest real quick because you're experimenting and kind of finding your way through what's working and what's not working. So what's your opinion? I haven't heard really anybody I have heard of people claiming that they know somebody who is getting lots of leads off of Pinterest, around the same range as people that I know that know somebody who has heard a troll fart. So it's like, does that actually exist, or is it a unicorn? So what's your experience been on Pinterest?
So Pinterest can be, if you're a blogger and you create a bunch of content, Pinterest can be a huge driver of traffic to your site. Because especially if you have good high quality images, and they don't even have to be your own. That's the beauty of Pinterest. You just, I like that one. I like that one. You put them on your own board, all in one place. And so, you can actually drive a ton of traffic to your site. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. I'm I'm still on that journey. I do get traffic from Pinterest, but it's not, 70% of my traffic like some other bloggers I know. But you just have to start building it over time, build boards. You need thousands of pins. And then pretty soon, someone's going to go type in moving to Salt Lake City, and they're going to find all sorts of different images related to my moving to Salt Lake City article that I wrote. And boom, they're on my site.
Interesting. Now, can you do video? I think you can do videos on Pinterest, right?
God, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I thought you could do short videos. I know you can upload documents. I know you, of course, the photos. I mean, that's an obvious one. But those of you who don't know what Pinterest is or anything else, it is a black hole of goodness. Okay.
Yes.
3 hours will go by like that, and you're like, why am I still looking at cat photos? Damn it.
I have never once looked up and wondered that, except when I get a message from Greg that includes a video of a cat, and then I sit back and go, why did I look at that?
Because you knew what I was going to send you. But in all seriousness, you guys can go to Pinterest. Is an incredibly good source of infographics. Infographics or information graphics that you can go type in on any subject matter. So I go build different boards with social media. I just name my stuff like favorite recipes, things for the home, favorite places to go, things to say, random sayings, cars and cool stuff. My dream board, content for Facebook Lives, but it could be content for snaps. Go get some good content, read up on it on a very easy to obtain area or way. Losing my mind here, and then barf it back out on a snap to someone. It could be you're benefiting, they're benefiting. It's a win-win. I do it all the time. So
barf it back out of people. I believe that. No, but I like that strategy of using Pinterest as kind of like your content generation. Like you're just flipping through, and then whenever you see something you might want to cover in a snap or a Facebook Live, you can throw it over on your board. It's always there for you to come back to. Dustin, you mentioned kind of keeping track of if you think of something, you have to kind of open up your notepad and you have to manually type something in. With Pinterest, you can just bloop, and then it's there for you later, which is kind of cool. But okay, so in other words, and it seems like it always comes back to this, like it starts with the content creation, right? And that's where a lot of people struggle. So it's not so much like that there's a massive strategy behind the style of things that you're posting to Snapchat or the style of things that you're posting to Pinterest. It starts with the content. It starts with wanting to say something, having something to say, and then you've tweaked yourself a little bit. So instead of thinking Facebook post first, like which is what most people do, you think in terms of snaps first, and then how can I turn that into other things? And then you're also looking at that in terms of, okay, do I want to write about that for my blog? Because that's another source of traffic for you, right? So like when you're thinking of stuff, it sounds like you're kind of approaching it from that angle of, okay, how can I do snaps on it? And how can I do a blog for my website on it?
Yep, exactly. I feel like sometimes my mind is like an internet browser with 47 tabs open. Like
you can see my computer?
Yeah, totally. But that's how I feel like my mind is when I'm going through my day and I'm like, okay, well, this could be a snap, this could be a Facebook Live, then I could take it and put it on YouTube, embed it in a blog post, blah, 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 blah. It's just, that's awesome. It just takes practice to get to that point where you can think that way. But at the same time, it's kind of a curse because I'm ADD as hell. And, you want to do everything and you just can't. You just can't. And so then you focus on your strengths.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to what we were originally saying. Like, you don't have to use all the platforms if you don't want to. Pick a couple that you can go be really strong on, and then go really, really deep on those. And exactly. Like you were saying, Dustin, I mean, your brain will start working like a marketer if you want to, right? I mean, did it take you very long? Probably not.
A few months.
Yeah, see, that's nothing.
That's
not. Then you can create the original content and move forward from there and be a standout guy or gal on whatever platform you're going to work on. Snapchat would be a great place to start.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides, it's fun as hell to entertain small children. My nieces and nephews, I'm like either Uncle iPad or Uncle iPhone, one of the two. And when we do like snaps or something, because they don't, my sister and her husband don't let them play with that stuff. So, Uncle Greg, did you bring your iPad? And then we bust out like Instagram or Snapchat and put funny faces on them and stuff. So you can need it. You know, that's
That's
fun
funny.
stuff to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've
sure.
started the way that I'm experimenting with Snapchat and kind of finding my way around it is I'll just, you know, every morning I'll send something to my girlfriend. And you're right, you start to get used to that 10-second limit and know when it's coming up. And the only way to do that is just through sheer repetition.
Wait, Matt,
But
you
I
got a
haven't really
girlfriend?
found.
What about Julie and your wife, Julie? And your
I know,
three
it's
kids?
very unfortunate. My wife, Julie, and my 3 obese babies. It's a shame. It's a shame. I know, I'm a bad guy. But yeah, I haven't really found, I haven't stuck or landed on like the content that works for me on Snapchat. I've tried a bunch of different stuff. Not everybody has the personality to do the Grant Cardone thing of like turn every day into show day. You know, where you're kind of the star of your own movie. Greg, you're really good at that. And that's something I can't do. Greg, you're very good at that of just making the mundane things seem like they're bigger than they are, and treating your life as if you are the documentarian of your own awesome movie.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Because it's funny, we had this funny moment, Dustin. So what was it? Were we coming back from? We went out to hang out with Aaron Wittenstein in Westchester, and the Westchester airport is this little rinky-dink. It looks like it's from a third world country, except it's super nice, but it's about as small. I mean, literally, we walked from one end of it to the other, and
you can see the other end.
Greg, yeah, you can see the other end. I mean, Greg, you could practically stretch your arms out and be in the other terminal. So we have to you have to go onto the tarmac, right, to board the plane. So I'm looking around going, oh, this is kind of cool. I haven't done this in a while. Get on, go out onto the tarmac to get onto a plane. And I'm thinking nothing of it. Of course, Greg whips out the iPhone and films a walking video of us getting onto the plane.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Greg has that switch of, oh, this would be cool. And you're right, Dustin. It's an awareness that you build over time. You have to make it like a mental priority, and then your brain will kind of start looking for those opportunities. And the more you do it, the more you reward your brain for like reminding yourself to do it, the more it'll start to look for those opportunities. But it was like a perfect encapsulation of the difference between me and Greg, right? That like that moment, it was so perfect because Greg's like, oh, we should snap that. And I'm like, what now? What's going on? What, where?
Yeah, but by the next airport, Matt was so annoyed at me because I had snapped the entire time. We were walking to drop him off at his airplane because I had another 2-hour layover. I'm like, snap, ooh, snap. And Matt's like, fucking stop, Greg. I'm like, ooh, snap.
Yeah, I think you got a snap of me telling you to stop snapping.
Yeah, I did. And I'm like, all right, bye-bye, buddy. Have a nice flight. All right.
But it does take a while to build up that awareness. So what I've focused on, and this goes across all of social media, is we know, like me and Greg, we talked about us being Twitter retarded. We don't focus on areas where we're not good, right? So even though I like to write, I am not very good at writing horribly abbreviated and hashtag thoughts. So I don't worry about Twitter. Greg, you're extremely good. You're like a fish in water on video. So Snapchat is natural for you, just like Blab and Periscope and Facebook Live. I'm a big fan of Facebook Live. Probably don't do it as much solo, but we do a lot of group things, group Facebook Lives and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's about finding the channel. Stop it, Greg. It's about finding the channel. You're so predictable, Greg. I know you so well. Anyway, but yeah, it's been a while. It took us a while to kind of experiment and find what platforms were right for us. And I haven't found the content mix that's right for me on Snapchat either, but I'll continue to experiment with it because I think Gary Vaynerchuk is right. There's just something about it. And I think it's going to keep on getting bigger. So let's talk about some of the, because of the, we talked about like how people can follow you on Snapchat, and it's a little different, right? It's not quite as easy to discover new people to find because Snapchat isn't based on interrupting you with stuff from people you don't know. So it makes it harder to market, makes it harder for people to find you if they don't know who you are. So how do you use like offline or other social media ways to get people onto Snapchat with you?
So I think this right here is why so many real estate people have thrown their hands up and they say, I hear the whales again. So many people have thrown their hands up. They're like, I can't do Snapchat, because you have to work hard to get followers. So first thing is there's a few other third-party apps like Ghost Codes. What's the other one? Snapdex, that you need to add your, you need to create a profile on there, and then you can categorize like, are you an entrepreneur? Are you in real estate? Are you a comedian? Whatever. Greg, you're all of them. You're all three.
Well, let's leave that.
Don't
Yeah.
encourage him. Don't
But,
encourage him.
but so that lets people find you off of Snapchat. But what you can also do is, I don't know if you guys can see this sign writer up here.
Uh-huh.
I put my snap code on a sign writer, and I was going to fill up that other space that says 100% financing available with follow me on Snapchat. But anyone who sees the damn snap code is going to know what to do with it.
Right.
So that's insulting and a waste of space. So
unless they're 65 years old and they've never heard of this chat of Snap, and they're just like, huh, I don't get it.
Well, yeah. Run me through that
Snapchat
again. Yeah. So what's the snap code? Because somebody can just kind of take a picture of that and automatically be connected with you on Snapchat. Is that the deal?
Exactly. So I made stickers. You know, I just put them all over things. People get curious. I know, Michael Meyer in New York.
Oh yeah.
He wears his snap code on T-shirts, and he said people come up to him all the time and they'll just add him. They don't know who the hell he is, but they're just curious.
Oh, that's insane.
And so, that's not scalable. You can pick up some followers that way, but put it on your sign writers, put it on your business cards, put it on marketing materials. You can also this one works really well. Run contests on Facebook, on Instagram or whatever, where if they do X, Y, or Z, then add you on Snapchat, send you a snap of them doing X, Y, or Z. They're entered to win $100 Amazon gift card, whatever it is.
Better be PG rated content there, buddy. This is a family show.
Let's hope it is.
One of the things that I found, Dustin, I'm sure you do this already, but I was told, and it's so simple that a lot of people forget about it. It's that put your Snap code or Snapchat, handle in every one of your email signatures.
Right.
You send out hundreds of emails, send it out, highlight it, let people find you like that. I mean, have you found that effective at all?
I don't know I'm sure that some people have added me that way. I just don't know if that's where they found me. But it's you just want to saturate everything with your snap code, because people, and I don't mean plaster it everywhere like a spammer. Mm-hmm. I just mean you never know how someone's going to find you. So just make yourself as visible as possible. So email signature, change your profile picture on Facebook, on Twitter to your snap code. Don't have it there forever, but just do it for like a week or two at a time and then change it back. That's something you can do.
I like that.
And but I think one of the big ones, the big one for me has just been blogging about using Snapchat. It doesn't matter if you're in real estate or not. Just blog about how you use it in your industry and your experience with it, and people are going to naturally add you because of that.
You know what? Matt and I tell people on the show, like, hey, follow us on Snap here, follow us here, blah, blah, blah. And it's a slow growth. It's not like you're going to get 100 people like, oh my God, I got to follow you, right? It's much more just like, oh, here's one, here's two, but if you build and build and build and build, I mean, have you ever, and you probably did again, but I'm just, spitballing with you. At the end of some of your snaps, like snap, when you get done with a story, say, hey guys, here's my snap. If you like this one, tell a friend. And snap means telling a friend, or so, I don't know, word of mouth, something like that. I don't know, my work.
You know what? I don't even think I have done that. Can you believe that?
Nice.
Probably should.
Yeah, give them an actual call to action at the end of a story with your last snap. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you've got a really good advantage, which I think a lot of people overlook, Dustin, with your website, servingsaltlake.com.
Yeah.
Search Salt Lake.
Search Salt Lake. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
That's all right.
I know.
Check out Serving Salt Lake.
That's why I screwed that up. Yeah, I know who owns the other one. I just realized that. So, searchsaltlake.com, right?
Yes.
So when you give that out, like, it's super short. It's actual words with no misspellings or anything like that. Like, you can give that out on a podcast or on Snapchat where people aren't necessarily in a position where you can't give them something to click. You have to give them something that's easy to remember and a little bit of an alliteration that they can then search for later. And they go, what was that guy's website? Oh, it was like Search Salt Lake or something like that. Like, and they can type in and find you if they want to.
Yes.
So I think that's something that's really important. We probably don't do that enough, Greg, on ours, although we've done it with McDanielChallenge.com. We do it with REULive.com. We're working on buying the domain for our show name because nobody's doing anything with it, realestateuncensored.com.
Yeah.
But just stuff like that, like just making sure that because we're on a podcast, we want to make sure we have stuff that's easy to give out. So people can remember the URL. That's another big thing for radio too. So like the people have learned from being on the radio is having a URL that's very memorable and giving that out.
Justin, do you put your snap code on like either flyers you door knock with or postcards you send out on a consistent basis by any chance?
Not on a consistent basis.
Okay.
But to be honest, there was a period of time over this summer that I didn't have any damn listings to market. So it's because of that. But I've got the listings again, and I'm starting to do some more of that stuff. That's why I printed off a bunch of these snap code stickers.
You know,
and I can put them on all that stuff.
It'd be hilarious. Get a shirt made with your snap code and put it on your 2-year-old. You know, just a little walking billboard.
So the cuteness, man, the cuteness will bring him in droves.
Oh,
yeah.
Big time. Like those working dog like vests. You know, like either a canine cop or like a helping dog.
Yeah.
You just get one of those, and just if you have a dog, just both sides, just
a helping dog.
A helping dog. Well,
yeah.
dog, whatever the fuck they're called.
It's like a helper monkey, but a dog. But yeah, the little vest with the snap code embroidered on the side, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Maybe people with service animals, maybe they have an opportunity for some extra cash flow from marketers like us.
Can we buy that? Can we rent?
Can we buy that real estate there on the side of your dog to have our snap code?
Oh,
God, I think we're onto something here, fellas.
I love it. That's awesome.
Or if you really want to have fun, guys, just walk behind everybody and just like with your little stickers and be like, "Hey, buddy, plop, how are you? Good to see you."
Yes, I'm
keep on trucking.
What could possibly go wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Love it. All
right. So before we wind down, what is Snaplytics? I want to make sure we get into that tool and how you're using that.
So honestly, I don't use Snaplytics, but my buddy Jason Frazier, he's in San Ramon, California. Aren't you just north of him, Greg?
Dude, that's one city down from me.
You know Jason Frazier, the real estate CIO?
We will when we get off air.
He's a big deal. But
damn it, I suck then apparently.
Apparently.
Jeez.
He's been using it
on a daily basis. It's true. Damn it.
Jason's been using Snaplytics, and it's for the data geek that really wants to get in and see like every little teeny thing you could possibly think of to analyze with Snapchat, you can do with Snaplytics. It's pricey. I understand I want to say it's $100 a month, maybe $150 a month, but it automatically saves all your snaps automatically. Ooh. So that's kind of cool. The only thing is it needs to log into your Snapchat account every hour to get all your views and see how many views you've had and how many screenshots and all that stuff. And that's how it figures out all your data and everything. But when it does that, it logs you out on your phone.
Oh.
So a month or so ago, Jason was in Utah for our real estate marketing mastermind in Park City, and he would pick up his phone to start snapping something in Park City, and he'd be like, "God damn it, Snaplytics logged me out again."
Oh, bastard.
Yeah, so if they can figure out a way around that, I think it'd be a great tool. But I'm not a big overanalyzer on Snapchat. I look at how many views I have, and I figure out, is it going up or is it going down, so I can figure out if I'm putting out good stuff or not. Other than that, I don't really care for graphs and everything of my followers and views and everything. I just take a mental note.
You just do what you do, and you just keep on moving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, fuck it, man. If they like me, they do. If they don't, whatever. Keep on going, and just because the people that like you and follow you, you want more people like that, anyways, man, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I officially offend at least 2 to 3 people every single day to defriend me on Facebook, which is actually kind of good, and then I can make room for the nice people.
That's right.
Yeah. You're just
Dustin,
pre-qualifying them.
That's right. Hey, Dustin, where do you go to when you're looking for ideas for content for your own website to draw leads and just to create content out there? Where are some of the sites that you go to or keep up with to kind of spur the creativity, or where you might go to curate content?
So, to be totally honest, I just go to my Facebook feed, and what I do is I reverse engineer what catches my attention in the feed. So as I'm scrolling through, what is it that gets me to stop scrolling? And then I think about, okay, what is it about this content that got me to stop? And if I notice a trend, then I'm like, okay, well, obviously more people are interested in the same type of content too. And lately I've been going away from real estate content, but it's been Salt Lake content. And because if I can get people in the door with my Salt Lake content, my website takes over with all the lead capture functionality that it has, if they're in the market to begin with. And so I'm getting people something they're interested in with like some nostalgia posts. I wrote one recently about an old mall that we had in Salt Lake that was torn down like 10 years ago. Everyone who grew up in Salt Lake loved that place. They miss it. It was just a cool place. And I found a bunch of old photos. So I wrote a blog post, just newly found photos of the old Cottonwood Mall. I put it in a Flickr slideshow, embedded it in my blog post, shared it out on Facebook, and I'm at like 6,000 shares already. It just kind of went crazy. 6,000 shares.
Cow, dude.
Wow.
6,000 shares. So nostalgia gets people's attention. So here's a tidbit for someone. If you're thinking about some content, whether it's a blog post or a video or whatever, think about something that used to be around in your town that everyone misses, and then figure out a way to create content about that brings back memories for them.
That's awesome. That's awesome right there.
I'm gonna write a post tomorrow about MySpace.
MySpace, yeah.
And you got one friend, Matt.
That's right.
I was never on MySpace.
I think I got a music profile there at one point, and then I think I was so late to the party that by the time I even got mine up and running, MySpace was already like out on the way out the door. So
we should do, Matt. What you need to do is nostalgia of your old hairstyle. We should post that.
No.
Was there a man bun involved, Matt?
It was long enough for a man bun. I did not do the man bun. My dad used to tell me I looked like a roadie for the Allman Brothers.
Oh God, nice.
And he did.
Nice.
Oh, that is that. I love that
on that note, Greg. On that note, pipe down.
I love that. Oh, shush. Hey, I love that idea about the nostalgia move. I mean, I have two things that popped up: the old vet center in here and the old Danville restaurant, old Danville hotel that used to be there. Now it's torn down, and people loved it. I mean, people loved it. I mean, it was a death trap, but it was fun. But I mean, those are two cool things that would be great for people to be interested in.
Remember that time when somebody died in that place? Don't you love that place?
It was so much fun. Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, it really, literally, you could push it over. It was hilarious.
Oh man! All right, so Dustin, remind us again how to connect with you.
So my home base is my website, searchsaltlake.com. If you want to find me on social media, just look up Dustin Brohm. Easy to find. I'm the only Dustin Brohm that I know about. So.
All right.
And you guys better go follow him on Snapchat if you know what's good for you. Damn it. I'm following him.
I did it during the show.
That's right.
That's right. All right. So, Greg, quickly, the McDaniel Challenge.
The McDaniel Challenges. Just to piss you off. Guys, the McDaniel Challenge is an hour to 2 hours of free coaching with yours truly. It's a fun time, guys. It really is. What we do is we sit down at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and we'll talk about whatever's stopping you, blocking you, or hindering you that's in your business. If you are in the business and you're just stuck, if you're getting back into the business, or if you're new in the business, you're perfect for me. If you're on the fence and you don't know if you're right, you're perfect for me. If you're flat ass broke and you want to get better, you're perfect for me. Okay. If you got $1 billion and your stingy ass is like a frog's ass, won't let anything out, I'm perfect for you. Come on over, guys. Look, it's going to be a fun time.
I see Matt shaking his head.
If I can get him to do what he's doing right now and rubbing his eyes, I know I have succeeded on doing something wrong.
It's been a killer show. Yeah.
So it took you 59 and a half minutes to do it, but you finally have embarrassed.
All right, so let me give the best part here, guys. Follow me on Facebook, please. Please go follow me on Facebook. You can send me messages. We can interact there. We can set up a time to quickly chat. If the McDaniel Challenge is booked out, guys, all the way to November 13th of 2017. November 13th, 2017. Guys, it's a Monday. Book yourself now before it goes into December, and then it goes into 2018. And then we'll have to pause it. And so anyone who's getting into this thing, please get into it now before we lock it down. But I love you guys. That's why I do it. I really
we have to lock it down because I know a lot of people get so much benefit out of it. But yeah, I mean, you can't spend 6 hours a day on the phone coaching agents for free.
No.
Sadly,
no.
As much as you would love to do it.
I probably would if I had $100 million in my account. You and I would be podcasting every single day, and I'd be coaching the rest of the day. So if you guys want to deposit $100 million into my account right now, I'll coach you for free.
That's right. All right. So Greg's number, text him right now. Get it on the books. 925-915-1978. That's 925-915-1978. That phone number haunts my dreams, as you can tell. And make sure to check out our stuff at McDanielRealEstateSystems.com. We've got Greg's free scripts. We've got the farming training product, the real high-touch real estate farming, and all that good stuff. And then we have, as always, we have some amazing guests coming up. I don't have my calendar up in front of me to tell you who they are, but we'll be back on Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific with the next episode. So once again, Dustin Brohm, we really appreciate it, man. Really, really phenomenal job. We appreciate you sharing what's working for you. I know it helped a lot of people kind of get a handle on what to do with Snapchat, and I hope people take advantage of it and start using the platform.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate the invite. It's been a hell of a lot of fun, that's for sure. And hopefully someone takes some little tidbit, implements it, makes some cash.
That's right. Me. I'm going to do that. You've inspired me to do it, so you shall see me be a snapping fool once again.
Nice.
Please don't block me, though.
All right, everybody. We love you. Thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, and Stitcher, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Love you guys. See you soon.